How would you define fake news?
I think to define fake news, we have to get beyond the false news, the stories that are published that have no basis in fact. We have to understand that fake news describes a broad disinformation ecosystem. It includes false news, it includes hyper-partisan news, and it includes mainstream media trying to debunk the fake news, and in so doing actually encouraging people to think about topics and persuading them that it might be true.
So which areas are under the most threat of fake news?
I think clearly you have a real issue with fake news and disinformation in election campaigns, where you have a focus on a candidate or a set of candidates and a set of issues where a small change in public perception can change the outcome of an election, and that's very dangerous.
How could social media, maybe what steps could they take to prevent the spread of fake news?
I think there are a handful of things that social media can do to combat fake news. One is they can cut off the advertising revenue to these so-called clickbait factories that produce fake news just to get advertising revenue. They're already starting to do that. The second thing they can do is they can empower users with tools on Facebook, on Twitter, with Google to dispute fake news when they see it and to show their peers that not everybody's reading nonsense on the internet. And the third thing I think is important to start exposing the way political campaigns are buying advertising on Facebook that uses messaging that is equivalent to fake news. And those are all areas where social media can help contest fake news.
Is there a way the new regulation could help the spread of fake news?
I think when we look at the data privacy regulation, we have to see how to protect users from manipulation, and that means making sure that social media companies don't give private data to companies who will use it to manipulate them with false political messages, and that's, I think, something we can all agree on across the board.
What do you think people should take away from a conference like this?
I think the key to stopping fake news is not deleting it from the internet. You can't delete everything that's false on the internet, but what you can do is develop a social norm that says it's our responsibility as citizens to decide what's true and what's not, and to be able to distinguish between them, and to raise your hand and say, hey, that's not right, when you see fake news online.